Tetris is probably the game played by most people in the world. There is something about Tetris which is creating order out of chaos. And I think that that is a pleasure center for people.
For people who don't know the story behind Tetris and your connection, give us the Cliff Notes version.
I was a publisher of computer games in Japan, looking for computer games around the world. I was at a consumer electronics show in Las Vegas, and I found Tetris there.
And what was it about this game that you said this is going to be a huge hit?
Well, when it came to the Tetris machine, I played, I went away and did other games, and then I came back and played again. Then when I came back for the fourth time, you know, you're only supposed to play each game once because there's so many games. When I came back for the fourth time, I knew there was something special about this game. It was so simple, and yet it was so like, oh, I want to play more. And I was right.
I still see falling blocks in my dreams.
They've now made a movie about how it is that you connected with the creator, Alexei, in Russia. I mean, it's a very complicated, very risky, kind of gutsy move. How did you put that all together?
Made a handshake deal with Mr. Arakawa, the president of Nintendo. And I said, Mr. Arakawa, you should include Tetris with Game Boy. And he said, well, why should I include Tetris? I've got Mario. And I said, if you want little boys to buy your Game Boy, include Mario. If you want everyone to buy your Game Boy, include Tetris. So we made a deal right there. I went to the Soviet embassy, got a tourist visa. 2 days later, I was on a plane to Moscow. And the rest is history.
It's on 65 platforms, more than that, more than 500 million downloads. It's 35 years old plus.
We just celebrated our 40th anniversary.
And it's still addictive for people. How do you explain that?
Most of the other games are destructive, and this game is constructive. And so I think that that has a lot to do with why it appeals to women. And over half of our players are women.
Did you know it would be the game changer, literally, it turned out to be?
None of us did.
So how does a video game developer move into this sphere of saving the world, protecting the climate and the earth?
So it's 2005. I find myself in an ambulance with what I found out later was 100% blockage of the Widowmaker.
There's a reason they call it a Widowmaker.
Yes, 95% of the people who have this particular malady die. So I'm the lucky 5%.
Incredible. That was life-changing.
Oh, it was life-changing. Are you kidding me? The moment I'm supposed to die, I say, no, I'm not going. I still have stuff to do. And I decided I was going to find my missions in life. And the first mission came to me in the back of the newspaper. It said, oh, by the way, we're going to kill all the coral in the world by the end of the century. I'm going, that's crazy. And I said, no, we're not allowed to do that. That is a disaster of biblical proportions. What's causing it is carbon dioxide. So mission number one is to end the use of carbon-based fuel.
Blue Planet Foundation was born out of that.
Yes.
And it is now part of the Blue Planet Alliance.
Right. The vision is to create a world in which humanity and nature live in harmony. That is something everybody can agree to.
So what does that look like in terms of how you create that, how you execute that in the world in which we currently exist, where carbon fuels are destroying the earth?
It's so simple, I can't believe that people don't get it. You know, it's all about just making a decision. I decided for the Blue Planet Foundation to end the use of carbon-based fuel in Hawaii, because Hawaii is where I live. The biggest use of carbon-based fuel in Hawaii is just making electricity. Now, Hawaii is the mecca of renewable energy. We've got the best solar, we've got trade winds, which means we have 95% of the time the wind is steadily blowing from the same direction, and we have geothermal, we have volcanoes. I mean, this is like boundless energy under the Big Island. Our big success was in 2015 when we passed a mandate. Hawaii was the first state to have a mandate of 100% renewable energy, in our case by 2045. Hawaii's at 36% today.
36%?
Renewable energy.
Incredible. And other states have followed suit?
California came up with 100% by 2045. Washington State soon followed with 100% by 2040 because you guys don't like to lose to
Anyone?
California.
Especially.
Especially California.
What happens if we don't do this?
We suffer. The world suffers. Our children, grandchildren suffer.
There are some in Washington who are talking about turning back regulations of the EPA, undoing climate change policy. That's real.
It doesn't matter. You don't believe in climate change. Some people think the earth is flat. You can say whatever you want. The evidence is against you. Climate change is going to be solved by us, by the people, not the United Nations, but the United People. I'm a gamer. I hate to lose. And when it comes to doing something like fixing climate change, I still hate to lose. And so I will fight and fight and fight until I die to achieve my missions in life.
By the way, Henk Rogers is about to release his autobiography, The Perfect Game, Tetris from Russia with Love. He says it sets the record straight about how that game changed the world. To learn more about that and also his Blue Planet Alliance, you can go to the On the Record tab at king5.com. You can also watch On the Record on King 5 Plus. Download the app on your TV and watch for free.